I actually haven't posted on YouTube that. Anyways. Oh my gosh, what's going on, people? What is going on? Book has just come out, so I am excited. I'm on Amazon. Wow. How does it feel to be an author? Um, boy, just feels normal. I don't know what to tell you. I actually don't know what to tell you, man. But yeah, let's bring it on, guys. Any questions? Anything at all? I'm here for the next hour or so. Then I have to. I haven't published today actually, so I need to get on with that. Um, I'll tell you what. I'm going to read the most recent problem I had. Hello, cells. Hello, hello, guys. I'm open to questions today. Any questions you got, I'll answer them. Book has just been launched on Amazon. I'm excited. Launching a 5-day challenge for the people who've been wanting to speak to me but saw the prices and got scared. Kind of reduced the prices just for the launch. And yeah, let's have a chat, guys. Let's talk today. Guys, questions. Someone's asked me how does it feel to be an author, and it feels completely normal. Kind of have bought a few. I saw a few ebooks before, but this book is personal. Like this is my story, so it's yes, it's deep. It's deep. Okay. Hello, hello, Sabrina. Hi. Am I a Christian? I am indeed. Do you know what? When it comes to Christianity, I believe in God. I believe Jesus died for my sins. But do I believe what most people believe when it comes to Christianity? It's a unique experience for me. I've gone into a lot of depth. Oh, thank you. I'm married, please. Hi. Hi, CCT. Hi, CCT. Guys, any dilemmas, questions? No, don't stress yourself. Listen, a compliment is a compliment, married or not. Do I pray? Absolutely. I pray. I pray. I pray. I did say hi, CCT. Yeah. Ah, it's how's it going? I hope you bought the book. I hope you've bought the book. The book is out on Amazon now, so you can get it from Amsterdam. Yes, yes, yes. You can't grow a beard like me. I don't think I want to. I'm happy with mine, you know? The first thing that don't do that. Don't do that. There's no need for violence, man. She's just complimenting. You have money to share. That's good. I've got wisdom to share. Let's do an exchange. He's giving me the money, I'll give you the wisdom. What do you normally say when you pray? Um, What do I say? No, no co-hosting, guys. What do I normally say when I pray? I just acknowledge God. I try to get myself in the gratitude state and I appreciate everything He's done for me. And then from there, I operate from a place of faith, knowing that whatever He's going to be doing for me is going to be in good faith, that I believe that He's going to be able to do. Yeah. Samara Samuels, how are you, man? How's it going? Guys, you've got me for an hour. Please ask questions. I'm being true, unlike most people. Wow, what did you say? Oh, okay. Fair enough, man. Whatever suits your fancy, brother. Sonic said hi. Hello, Sonic. Guys, please shoot questions. Shoot me some questions. I have a book that's just come out. Seen your video. Keep helping the world for facts. And I appreciate you, Jamal. Thank you, brother. Thank you. So the nozzle. I don't know what that means, man. But yeah, I appreciate you, man. What's the book called? Okay, now we're coming with the questions. The book is called The Man Who Refused to Stay Invisible. And it's a 40-day journey where in each day, I take you through each challenge, each story of my life that I faced and how I overcame it. And I gave you practical steps that you can implement to overcome your challenges too. Hello, everyone. So, do you know what? Should we go through the book? No, I came to so there's some guy presenting because he did something that I wasn't able to take. Fact, I was hurt. Okay. So what are you asking me, Serenity? Is there boundary issues? Talk to me. What is your question? I'm coming to you, Jamal. That's a very good question. I'm so upset. I just really love and miss him. Do you miss him or do you miss who you were when you were with him? Because a lot of times when we miss someone, we attach the person that they allows us to be. So I'll give you an example. When I'm not, if you don't have a soul integrity within yourself, so it's all about foundation, right? So you set the foundation by figuring out who you are, figuring out what you want to do, figuring out how to find your personal space and enjoy it. So that when you're with someone, whether they're there or not, all you're doing is pretty much staying in that same frequency. And a lot of us kind of like go from not knowing who we are to finding someone that accepts us. And because they accept us, we feel accepted. And because of that very acceptance, we now get into a space where when they remove themselves from the picture, we don't no longer feel accepted. So the best way to describe it is give yourself permission to be who you were when you were with him. And if that still means that you miss him, by all means, but make sure that it comes from a shape of, make sure it comes from a space of integrity and fullness that you already have gained from yourself. If you were in shape, what sport would you, oh, gosh. What makes you successful and stand out from other companies? I'd say, okay, so as a branch, okay, ex-branch manager now, what would have made you successful to me? Your ability to do the job based on your experience. So based on your experience, I can see that you've already done this and you've got tangible results to show for it. So results, I'd say. And then number two, how you carry yourself, how natural it feels for you to carry yourself in that conversation. If I can sense that you're insecure, or if I can sense that you don't have the comfortability to be doing that respectfully, it just does seem like it may be a thing where you're not used to the situation, right? How old am I? 28. Have I seen your message? I will respond to you, Lil Finn. I have seen it actually. 28, yeah. Is your partner... I'm gonna need you to rewrite that one. Hi, mini pixel. Dear Roblox. I'm your inspiration. Okay, thank you. Appreciate it, man. Be your own inspiration. I'm just a vessel. Don't be no need. Guy is so good. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's not me. I just like to learn a lot. I'm a student. I'm a student. I'm still learning. Guys, any more questions? I like the questions coming in. Um, you subbed. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Make sure you watch some videos. Leave a comment. Subscribe to whoever hasn't subscribed yet. I really want to add value to you guys. DJ Sim, what's going on, brother? What is going on? I told her I wanted her to... I want her just for myself, and I don't like other people finding her attractive. Is that crazy? It's insecure, brother. It's insecure, and the reason why I say that is because whatever you can't control and you try to control is delusion. And when you delude yourself into thinking you can control things, you lose focus on the things they can actually control. So put it this way, my wife is attractive. You saw, I don't know if you were here, but someone called me attractive. I don't care if other people find my wife attractive, and I don't care if other people find me attractive, because what I'm focused on is what I decide to put my focus on, and that's what you should be focusing on. Anything outside of that, you're wasting energy, you're wasting time, and you're diluting the amount of power you could have over a specific situation or scenario. So do not care about anybody else but what you believe and what you want for her. Anyone else is just not really a problem. What's your favorite food? Do you know, I'll actually answer that. I like lamb chops. Lamb chops, spinach. What else do I like? I love chicken. A good jerk chicken, yeah. What else do I like? Oxtail. I'm Italian, so I'd say seafood, uh, lasagna and stuff like that as well. So yeah. Am I married? Yes, I'm married. Do I cook for my wife? Absolutely. Yes, 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 yes. DJ, what is going on? Oh my gosh, this is the quickest turnaround. I spoke to this guy. Was it 2 weeks ago I spoke to you? Are you ready back? No. Forget 12 weeks. You done it in 2 weeks. Damn. I am so happy for you, bro. I am so happy. That is beautiful. I need to start taking more testimonials, man. That is beautiful, bro. That is actually amazing. We spoke 2 weeks ago and you're back with your partner already. Sure. Yeah, I'm Italian. I'm Italian. Your reassurance, being reliant on someone else, is again an unsustainable way to live. And the reason why I say that is because think about it this way. If my reassurance is reliant on this person showing up for me, then that reassurance, when that person disappears, is missing. So I am a very firm believer in being interdependent, which means that you're independent, but you're also allowing yourself to receive help from the right people or the people around you. So create a dynamic that kind of like looks after your system, but also allows you to give. And when it comes to reassurance, I'm more for giving reassurance. I give reassurance to my wife all the time. But do I believe in her not then building her reassurance muscle for herself? Absolutely not. You should build, like, get reassurance from your people, absolutely. But whilst you're getting that, also build your reassurance muscle so that you don't have to rely on them constantly. Because there's going to be times where they're not going to be able to give it. What do you do then? You just, what, ruin your day for the rest of their life? No. Um, Yeah, what matters more when people find your partner attractive is their reaction. Absolutely. How your partner responds is, yeah. Uh, BJ, don't worry, man. It's all part of it. I'm telling you, it's all part of it. Um, I need your thoughts on this whole Canaan conversation. What what conversation is that? Thoughts on wandering eye. Too many pretty women out there. Do you know what? Yeah, I say this all the time. Whether you're single or not single, you being able to have discipline when it comes to lust, it's a priceless skill to have. And the reason I say that is because when I understood how to calibrate myself and I became grounded within myself, I'd go to events, I'd go to different spaces, right? And my ability to not be enticed by what I saw was my superpower. I'd speak to some of the people that were gaining attention from everybody else, and they'll come to me and sit down with me and say, why are you not moving like everybody else is moving? And I looked at them and I said, because I'm not going to be enticed by what I see. I don't need to be. I get it. You're attractive. Can we move on to the next topic? The fact that you're a human being. I'm not saying you're not beautiful. I'm saying that you're not going to move me out of my position because of your beauty. And that's a very different, that is a very stance and fair, you know, position to have. So when that happened, I kind of like re-leveraged my whole thing. So a lot of times guys need to understand how to control themselves so that women don't lose the ability to look at you and think, do you know what? I actually need to respect this guy, because not only I can respect the fact that he's not excited over the way I look, but I know that he was not going to do that for someone else. So actually it builds more trust. And because it builds more trust, it's easier for them to trust you more, right? For the gents, please do yourself a favor. Get his book. Get his book. Ah, she is, man. How did I meet my wife? I'll answer that. I'll answer that now. So it was through a mutual friend. I actually DM'd her on Instagram while she was in a relationship, and she turned me down. She rejected me, and it was because again I have learned what I just said. I have mastered how to not really be phased by things that I shouldn't be phased or can't control. I just left in a respectful way. I said, you know what? Listen, blessings. I wish you the best you can do. And yeah, uh, the next thing I know, when she did break up and my friend was leaving the country, I reached out to her again, but this time was solely based on us kind of like organizing something for my friend to leave. Funny enough, he's actually in the UK now. Yeah. But when we interacted, I noticed that the energy was different. So I noticed the sensitive energy, so or like the receptive energy, and I was like, do you know what? Let me explore this even more. So I asked her, do you know what? Let's set up a call separate from this just to see what the vibe is like. And from there, it was like, obviously, we both done our checks. We were both in a space where we were comfortable with ourselves. But by the time we got on the phone, it was like it was more comfortable to be around each other than it was to be around ourselves. And we both enjoyed our own company, and that is the key. We both enjoyed our company. If you're not in a place where your company frustrates, yeah, I need you to understand it's so key for you to have your own safe space so that when you're sharing it with someone else, if that someone else needs their own space again, you can go back to your own space. And yeah, so we built from there. We kind of moved quite quickly. So within that year, I think it was that year that we got married. So we got married quite quickly. I proposed um, within that year, and then yeah, we got married. We were traveling the world and different things like that, and yeah, here we are with a child, man. Um, Situation is peaceful. I can't complain. We have a healthy dynamic, and this is why I'm trying to share my insights in regards to how to help you guys get the same. Cool. Do you think breaks work in the relationships? It's very subjective. I think it depends on what the break outcome is. I think there's different strategies, right? And I wouldn't call relationships all black and white. And this is why my advice is based on not just people's experiences, but it's based on my personal experience and the work people I work with. But it's based on someone else looking at that video and saying, "This is me. This is how it works for me." It doesn't work for everyone. There's different levels of masculine and feminine energy in each person, right? So, to answer your question and to be direct in terms of breaks, it works for some and it doesn't work for everyone. So it depends on the purpose behind the break. Oh, right. That. Okay. Um, Honestly, I think there's a massive double standard when it comes to men and CRB checks. And I actually get onto my bedrooms about this. Most of the guys that are still single, they really care about uh, the person's past. And I'm like, even if she was to lie to you, you wouldn't know. Your CRB check can only go so far. You are not going to know everything you need to know about her past. You simply weren't there. So you, again, goes back to the problem I say to most guys, the past is the past. And honestly speaking, if my wife was to judge me based on my past, it'd be so unfair. Because I I reached a point where I just wanted to explore. I wanted to do different things. I'm not saying anything outside. I'm just saying I was enjoying the single life. Let's just say that, right? So if my wife was to judge me based on that, and I can't expect her to have the same standard I have. So I literally got into a space where I was too carefree to care about someone's past, and I think that's the best position to be in because you're not there. That you're never going to find out what's really happened. Even if you ask her, okay, how many people have you don't know. And even if she says to you, you still don't know that's the correct answer. So I think I haven't looked into it too much, but I don't think it's something that people should really look. Yeah, I think people should just mind their business, to be honest. Uh, I hear you. I hear you. To a certain extent, you do, right? But don't get me wrong, you have to have boundaries, but there's only so much that you can find out. You're just never gonna find out the truth. I think it's good to have an eye or some sort of awareness because I'll be honest, I'll give you an example. Does my wife's past matter to a certain extent? Because that tells me the type of person she was entertaining. So I'm all of a sudden I'm not going to yeah, like do you know what I mean? Like it's obviously do they have some sort of things that I need to be aware of? What are their patterns? How they deal with thank you, you've actually said that. So before I actually filter someone and see if they actually um work with her. So this is my way of CRBing because the thing is a lot of times we are aware of the 5% of their conscious expressions and things like that. Now that same 5% is what we constantly think is where our logic lies. So that's what we think makes our decisions and runs everything we do. But unfortunately, especially if what you say and what you do contradicts, is because your subconscious, which is the 95% of your brain capacity left, is the one in charge. And that is set up by the habits you've created, the experiences you've built, and pretty much everything else that's been running your life from your trauma and what your parents have instilled in you that you still feel like it's something that you're not aware of, right? So to bring it back to the point, what I'm basically saying is that when it now comes to you speaking or dealing with someone, you want to be aware of their patterns. So which takes me to the 5 value points that we'll pretty much talk about. So value alignment. Are you guys going to the same direction? My decision is based on where you're heading, not where you've been. Right? Cool. Then number two, are you accountable for your past? Are you accountable for the things you do? If you're not accountable, I don't want you near me. If you can't accept where you stand and the things that you can do differently to move towards the next level, I can't have you next to me. You're not accountable. Then you've got leadership. Can you accept leadership? Do our views of leadership align? Because I can't have you clashing with me every single time I disagree with you. Then we've got unhealed trauma. How have you addressed the patterns that you're not aware of? Are you aware of the patterns that you're not seeing? And how are you dealing with them? And then we've got emotional intelligence. Now, if you got these five, green light. That's my green light to me. Whether, like, obviously, there's other things that are majorly important, but this is the baseline of the things that I'd say I'd look at. Guys, on YouTube, I haven't paid attention to you guys. Let me. Favorite thing in the world. Okay, I'm not going to answer that. My life. That's a favorite thing. How do I gain experience? I've been watching you for so long. Could you do your funniest face? The questions on YouTube are hilarious. Definitely. I'm the wrong person for that. Okay. Um she made me tell her I was in a relationship because okay, I'm gonna answer how to get over an ex that's deeply hurt you. Alright, so the first thing is acknowledge your pain. And then second thing is, and DJ's probably gonna he can vouch for this anyway. But I want you to imagine yourself being a bus driver, and in that bus, your emotions come in. You can't control what emotions come in, but you better be very aware of when it's time for them to come off. Right? So as you're driving, they're going to press the button to say that I want to come off. I want to step off. And if you ignore the fact that they've told you to come off, if you ignore the emotions, then they're going to carry on building up and you're going to struggle to let any more emotions in. This is why you either explode and suppress. So when it comes to people deeply hurting you, you've got to acknowledge the pain, feel the pain, and let it go. And you let it go by utilizing the specific method, which is polarizing the situation. Things are not good or bad, they just are. Because if something can be good, it can also be bad. A knife can be good or bad. You can use it to cut your food, and you can use it to do horrible things to people, right? Cool. So my point is this: things just are. What's happened to your ex just is. It's not bad, it's not good. It just is. When you focus on the bad, then it will be bad. When you focus on the good, then it'll be good. So your job here is to understand what are the good things that happen in this relationship and what are the terrible things that happen in this relationship, and how do I neutralize the power they both possess? Because when your balance is tilted, you're going to struggle to find a balanced way to exit the situation. But when it's balanced, you're able to walk right through, right? You're able to walk right out of it, right? So the point is this: balance it out based on the good, the bad, and this is something that my coach mentioned. People, therapists do when it comes to grief, right? So they allow you to feel the pain, acknowledge the pain, and then they tell you, listen, what was that person actually like? Not what you remember, or not what you're choosing to remember. What was that person actually like? Well, were they annoying? Okay. What were they like when they were annoying? You just wanted to get out of their space. You didn't want them near you, right? Okay. So remember that too. As much as you're remembering the good things, the great things that you've had, a lot of times we're hurt because of how much love we had for them. But the truth of the matter is that once we learn to understand, and this is why it's key for you to find your own space and balance. And this is why, again, when it comes to healing, emotionally intelligent people find it easier to move on, because the issue with that is that in order for you to be emotionally intelligent, you need to build your safe space that allows you to say, do you know what? This person has contributed heavily into my life and I love them for it, but I'm not going to let that consume me, because I have built a safe space for myself. And once that connection with them is gone, I can go back to my safe space and I'll be okay. It's not going to be overnight, but you need to basically create, in other words, a safe space that neutralizes the things that are not part of it. So, in order for that to never happen again as well, is think of yourself like a kingdom. And if you let people come in without the defenses and the things protecting you, what you're going to tend to have is people easily hurting you, people easily offending you, people easily getting through to you because you haven't built the defenses that don't allow what they say to penetrate what you are doing or what you believe so easily, right? So I hope that helps. Obviously, there's more of a practice to it, but this is pretty much it in a nutshell. That's literally how people get over it. Okay. Do you go to church? And how has that influenced you as a person in terms of love life? I started going to church properly when I was 14. And at first I was on fire. I was on flame. I wanted to look for answers. So I started reading quite early because of it. Which kind of like is what began my journey. And I found my voice quite early as well. One of the understandings I had from a very young age is the fact that Jesus wasn't liked by everyone, so I don't stand a chance. So I might as well just leave my truth. And I've been trying to do that for a very, very long time. And I think that there is was allowing me to separate myself and understand some of the uncomfortable truth a lot of us don't want to face, such as how we actually operate, how we actually can thrive in today's generation and world, and not being scared to be wrong. So I think having that as a foundation set me into a different path that kind of like told me that the acceptance that a lot of us seek from other people is is a prison that we've created for ourselves, and we just don't need to abide by it. So yeah, say that. What's your thoughts on um I don't have any. I just think you should just be honest. Like, I don't really believe that, oh, people should burn. And best way to describe it is like this, right? If you have done something and what you've done doesn't match what you believe, then you're just contradicting yourself. And if you're contradicting yourself, you're a hypocrite. So my thing is this: with people that do that type of things or do those type of things, I'll just say, listen, just be honest with the type of person you are. And if you don't want to be that person, then stop doing that and change based on the fact that that's what you now believe you should be living by. Obviously, there's degrees, but the idea of deceiving people is selfish. It's